The Republican Party is dying and they're desperate, and we're going to look at the numbers. And by we, I mean this genius here, Strictly Christo. He is on Twitter. Please go find him. Because not only is he super smart and posts really amazing threads like this, he's also really funny. But when I saw this thread and looked at the amount of detail and the sources that he had went to, I had to make a video on it because I feel like everyone needs to see these numbers. So he starts off with, why are the Republicans relying increasingly on voter suppression, gerrymandering, outright attempts to steal elections? And it is because their party is dying and their ideology is dying. Now, the party was dying before, no doubt, but COVID kickstart that shit because the GOP base is dying. Republicans are dying at a 2-to-1 ratio than Democrats. 2-to-1. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now let's just go into the demographics of the United States. The white population has been decreasing for the last 50 plus years. The white population has dropped 4.5% in the last 10 years. Okay, so he's getting his facts from USA Facts. At a 71% voting rate and a 17% margin for the GOP for white voters, that's a trend of losing 178,000 fewer GOP votes per year. 178,000. 1% of the US population stops identifying as Christian per year. That's 3.2 fewer Christians per year at an average voting rate of 67% and leaning red 55% of the time. That is a net loss of 220,000 fewer votes. And then the population itself is just getting older. So 96 million Americans are 55 and up. They vote with the GOP at a rate of 53%. This age group is dying at a rate of 2.5 million per year at a 70% voting rate and a 5% GOP margin. That is a net loss of 87,000 fewer votes per year. But Gen Z, on the other hand, is now becoming eligible to vote. They have been voting at a rate of 48%, and 65% of that is Democrat. So with those numbers, it's a net gain of 685,000 more voters, more Democratic voters for the left. Now, this isn't new. Younger voters do typically tend to start out left and then they start to go to the right. However, that trend stopped with millennials and Gen Z. They are not moving right. In fact, they're actually becoming more left as they age. I have a feeling social media has something to do with this. So what we are witnessing now is the GOP pushing more and more voters, particularly in swing states, away from their ideologies. And y'all always scream at me about it being about race, but pause and read. Pause and read.